Hi, my darlings. Today we're going to do Unit 6, Lesson 2. Fits that add to one. Every afternoon, student volunteers help the school librarian put returned books back on the shelves. The librarian puts the books in equal piles on a cart. One day, Jean and Maria found 5 equal piles on the return cart. They knew there were different ways they could share the job of reshelving the books. They drew fraction bars to help them find all the possibilities. So 1. On each fifth bar, circle 2 groups of fifths to show one way Jean and Maria could share the work. Each bar should show a different possibility. Then complete the equation next to each bar to show their shares. So, what it wants us to do, and these are just possible answers. You could end up with different ones. So if I look at the first one, if Jean takes this, then Maria would take this. So 1/5 we got from right here, and then she has 1, 2, 3, 4/5 to get right here. Another way you could do it, and I'm just throwing it out there, circle these 3 and then this 2. So I could say 3/5 plus 2/5. 3 plus 2 equals 5 wholes. 5/5, which is a whole. So I want you to come up with 2 different ways, okay? Finish it, and then flip to the next page. Oh my Lanta, we're back already. The librarian put 6 equal piles of return books on the cart for Lou and Henry to reshelve. They also drew fraction bars. On each 6th bar, circle 2 groups of 6 to show one way that Lou and Henry could share their work. Each bar should show a different possibility. Then complete the equation next to the bar to show their shares. We are doing the exact same thing again. You could do 1, and then, so I could do, the first one was 1/6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 5 plus 1 equals 6. I want you to finish this, coming up with as many ways as possible. All right, and then we're going to go down to the bottom. Write the fraction that will complete each equation. So, this has to equal 7/7. Well, I have 1. So 7 subtract 1 is 6/7, because 1 plus 6 equals 7. So now let's look at number 4. This has to equal 4. Well, this is 3, so I have to add the 1, and the denominator does not change. Only the numerator. The denominator stays the same. We're going to do one more. Denominator is 8. The numerator is 8. This numerator is 3. So 3 plus what equals 8? 5. And remember, the denominator does not change. So what I'm going to do now is I want you to finish it. Finish it up. Pause it. And when you're done, press play. Here are the answers. Now remember, these top ones right here do not have to be exact. You are coming up with which ways you found. These are just some examples. Now this down here should be exact, 3 through 10. And now we are going to move on to 6-3. Sorry, I'm flipping through my book to make sure I'm doing it right. Doing it right. Doing it right. All right. Sorry, my son's trying to be funny. So,
you're in the middle of math.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a lesson. Discuss and compare unit fractions. Use these fraction bars to help you complete the unit fraction. Write greater than or less than. So, if I come down to the bottom, I have 1/6. Is it less than or greater than 1/8? So if I find 1/6 right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1/8 is right here. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one's greater, this or this? 1/6 is bigger than 1/8, so 1/6 would be greater, so you want it to face that. I know you might get confused and think, oh, but 1/8 is a bigger number, but we're dealing with fractions, so if this is one whole right here, one whole, so this whole thing is one whole. If there's 6, it makes each one bigger. If there's 8, it makes it smaller. So now let's look at 12. Now let's look at it. Which one would have to be broken apart less times with this because it's completing the whole? So if I have 1/3 and 1/5, which one do you think it is? 1/3 is correct. If I look at this, if I look at 1/3 up above, look at how big 1/3 is. And if I look at 1/5 right here, 1/5 is almost probably 3/4, it looks like, of just this one. So 1/3 is bigger. What I would like you to do now is finish these. I'm sorry, Zoe's waking up. Finish these, and so pause it, finish it, and then come back to check your work. You're pausing. You're pausing. Oh yes, you're pausing. You're pausing. And here are the answers. Voila! All right. And now let's go to the last page, my darlings. All right. Why is this being so difficult? Sorry, it's just not being nice to me. Write the unit fraction in order from least to greatest. You might need to flip back to the page before, and you might not have to. But what I want you to do is it says from least to greatest. That's really important to know. The least, so it wants the smallest to the greatest. So if I look at this, the greatest, if you could also, and I don't really recommend doing this often, but you can do it. So if I did this, 1, 2, 3, those are kind of even. Now this is where, 3, 4. See, this is why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did too many. Miss Wellman did too many. But this is why it gets a little tricky, is that could look even, but it's really not. This one's smaller than this one. So this is my largest one. This is my second largest, and that's, so 1/8, 1/6, and 1/5. All right. Remember, you can flip to the page before. If you're doing this, make sure these numbers are spread apart more for like number 19. So what I want you to do is go through this page, and I want you to work it on your own. All right, work this on your own, and then I'm going to give you the answers. Now, if you're struggling with this, reach out to me and we can get together and work on it. But let's make sure we're reaching out to me so we can work on it together. So we're going to look at, I'm going to move this bad boy over so you can see it. So pause it, and then we're going to come back when you're done, and you can check the answers. And here is the answers. I'm hoping this was an easier lesson for you. If not, let's just meet up so I can explain it to you, because I know it's just something that's not connecting right away, and that's fine if it's not connecting. But I want to make sure that you're understanding before we move on, because it is fractions and it will probably get a lot more challenging during the week. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.